Unlock the mystery of Rolex, the watch brand that's in a class of its own. You may know they're fancy timepieces, but did you know there's a secret hidden behind the brand? A charity foundation you never saw coming. Even the most seasoned watch enthusiasts will be shocked by this revelation. Stay tuned to find out everything we know about Rolex and its money. The mystery surrounding Rolex deepens with the revelation that it's not just a luxury manufacturer, but also a non-profit organization. Founded by Hans Wilsdorf in 1920, Rolex has always been steeped in intrigue. From its early days of high import taxes and its move to Geneva, Switzerland after World War I, to the establishment of the Hans Wilsdorf Foundation in 1944. But the true shocker comes in the form of the foundation's purpose: to honor Wilsdorf's late wife and protect the future of his life's work, Rolex. In 1960, Wilsdorf donated his entire ownership stake in the company to the foundation, ensuring that it would be managed and owned by the foundation forever. Since then, Rolex has been run by the Hans Wilsdorf Foundation, a private foundation founded under Swiss law in Carouge. This means that the profits from the sales of Rolex watches, which can range from the mid four figures to nearly six figures each, are not used for personal gain, but rather for the preservation and growth of the company. But first, we need to fully understand what a non-profit really is. A non-profit organization is like a superhero in disguise. It doesn't keep any money for itself, but instead uses it all to make the world a better place. These organizations have a mission to help others and don't make money for its owners. They use all the money they make or receive through donations to keep their organization running and achieve their goals. Non-profit organizations can be charities or other types of organizations that serve the public good, such as schools or hospitals. And just like superheroes, they also have special powers. They don't have to pay most taxes. That's right, because of their good deeds, they get a tax break. And unlike most businesses, the money doesn't go to the members, directors, or officers. It all goes towards making the world a better place. So, not only are their luxury watches the epitome of class and sophistication, but they're also tax-free. That's right, Rolex is a foundation under Swiss law, meaning all their profits are tax-free and go straight to the foundation. Non-profit organizations may sound like they're not interested in making money, but that's not the case with Rolex. They still want to see positive results and growth just like any other company. But what sets them apart from the competition is that they don't have investors or shareholders to answer to. You see, investors and shareholders often want a say in how the company is run, and that can put pressure on the company to keep the stock price high and constantly rising. But since Rolex is a non-profit organization, they don't have to worry about that. They can focus on what they do best, which is making high-quality watches. But being a non-profit organization also means that Rolex is the watch industry's most secretive company. There's limited information available to the public, including information about how they source their materials and their finances. And that's where Rolex's non-profit status comes in handy again. Because they don't have shareholders, they don't have to disclose detailed financial reports or give out any information about the business. That allows them to operate in secrecy and focus on what they do best, which is making great watches and constantly innovating and improving their products. But that's not all. The foundation receives a whopping 100% of Rolex's excess profits. Imagine that. All the extra money they make gets funneled straight into the foundation. And let me tell you, Rolex is making some serious dough. They earn approximately 1 billion francs per year, with a net profit margin of around 20%, which may very well vary from year to year. Now, you may be wondering where all that money goes. Well, here's the kicker. Switzerland doesn't have a legal obligation to reveal charitable donations, so the public doesn't know exactly how much of Rolex's excess profits go to charity. But just think about it. With all that money coming in, it's got to be a pretty significant amount. But if we take a look at a few of the foundation's charitable efforts, we can see that it's doing a whole lot of good for society and for Switzerland. For example, meet the Rolex Institute, the charitable arm of the company that works to further the company's charitable work. Or the Rolex Awards for Enterprise, which recognizes and acknowledges innovative men and women around the world who work to enhance life on Earth. And let's not forget the Rolex Mentor and Protégé Arts Initiative, which supports a number of extremely talented young artists. These are just a few of the charitable entities that we know about that Rolex supports. But it begs the question, if it's really a non-profit, how in the world is this company making money? You could make a fairly broad statement that overall, not-for-profit organizations do make a profit. Rolex's earnings, which are reported to be well north of $4 billion, cover salaries, operational costs, and production costs. The majority of the remaining funds are reinvested in the company or donated to an unknown number of charities. The remainder is deposited in a bank. But here's where it gets even more mysterious. The exact amount of money stashed away in the corporate mattress is not something that's required to be disclosed due to their legal status. Some have even speculated that Rolex could continue to operate for years with no revenue, relying solely on their savings. The truth is, we may never know for sure just how much money Rolex has tucked away, or how much they're giving back to the community. But one thing is certain, behind the glitz and glamour of the brand, there lies a deeper purpose and a commitment to making a positive impact. But there's still so many more secrets. With a history dating back more than a century, Rolex has stood the test of time, becoming more popular than ever before. But do you really know all there is to know about this luxury watch brand? These timepieces are not just any ordinary watch, they are handcrafted masterpieces, taking up to an entire year to complete. Each watch is a work of art, crafted with precision and attention to detail using only the finest materials. But what sets Rolex watches apart from the rest is that almost every component of a Rolex watch is manufactured in-house. This allows them to have full control over the quality of each component and ensure that it meets their stringent standards and guidelines. Once each component of the watch has been created, it's then hand-assembled by skilled craftsmen. This ensures that the watch is not only beautiful, but also functions perfectly. But the process doesn't end there. Each watch must go through an incredibly detailed and intense quality assurance process. Also, Rolex headquarters is a place that's more secure than a maximum security prison. You might be wondering why a watch company needs such high security measures. Well, let me tell you. It's because the headquarters houses gold bars worth more than £1 million. To keep burglars at bay, the headquarters have implanted bank vault doors, fingerprint scanners, and unmarked armored trucks to transport parts between sites. It's all to ensure that the most valuable and expensive watches on the market are protected at all times. What's more, unlike most famous watch brands such as Tag Heuer and Patek Philippe, the name Rolex is not named after its founder. The meaning behind the name is something that has been kept under wraps, leaving many to speculate and come up with their own theories. One theory is that the founder desired a name that could be pronounced in a range of languages, looked great on the watch face, and was memorable and short. This is the only hypothesis that has ever been acknowledged by the founder, but there are other theories as well. Some people believe that the name could be derived from the French word for fine clockwork. Another theory is that the name Rolex sounds like the winding of a watch. And then there's the theory that Rolex is a word in another language, but there is no such language in the world. Some say it sounds similar to the Spanish word reloj, which means clock, which could be a coincidence. But despite all the theories, the true meaning behind the name Rolex remains a mystery. So the next time you admire your Rolex watch, remember, it's not just a symbol of luxury and success, but also a symbol of mystery and secrecy, as the inner workings of the brand's charitable efforts remain unknown to the general public. But one thing is certain, you can be proud that your Rolex has contributed to numerous philanthropic causes around the world. That's all we have for you today. Does Rolex's financial plan shock you? Let us know below. If you'd like to dive into how to spot fake luxury watches, check out this video here. Until next time, see you buddies.